Hello, my dolls. Welcome back again to Feminine Touch. If this is your first time, welcome to the channel. I really hope you end up staying and enjoying this channel. But if this is not, welcome back, my dolls. So lovelies. Today we're going to talk about something that so many of us struggle with, and that's getting too attached quickly in relationships and becoming too comfortable in your relationship where your man stops chasing and everything is just like lackluster. There's no more romance, there's nothing, and in fact, who knows, he's even cheating or something. And the funny thing is, what inspired me to do this is I just got off a call with my friend and she just broke up with her boyfriend, which honestly I feel so bad because he literally cheated on her. And we're just like talking, going back, and we're like, oh my god, you spent 2 years of your life cooking for him, cleaning his house, like washing clothes, like doing all these things, and he still had the audacity to cheat on you. Like, you're literally the perfect, it's like, why would he do this? And we're really talking, and she wanted to know my opinion. I just told her the honest truth is I feel like she got too attached. She became too comfortable in the relationship. It's literally what can mess us up in relationships, because we have to remember that men love the chase. They literally love the chase. Remember how it is at first, during a relationship, when you like sending those really flirtatious texts, excited to see each other, he's always on you, kissing you, touching you, and then like 1 year down the line, he hardly doesn't even respond to your text. He's not even, he doesn't even want to hold your hand anymore. Like, these are things that happen when we get too comfortable. So I'm here to show you some of the steps, some of the things that I personally do to consciously, because this is a conscious effort, guys. I'm not gonna lie and act like it's not easy, especially when you're in love, to just like be comfortable, sit down, Netflix and chill all day, and just like just be comfortable. And I get that, but that's what I'm saying, like the conscious effort that you put, because that you want your relationship to be a certain way. You have a certain standard of that relationship, and you have to do you have to do the work. You have to put in the work. You have to be conscious in not getting too comfortable. So the first thing I want to say is, if you find yourself in this situation, you need to just remember who you were before the relationship. Like before you met him, you probably had hobbies, you had girlfriends, you had passions, you had goals, you had things that drove you, you had things that you were excited about waking up. Now it's like only him, his time, when am I gonna see him, he hasn't replied my messages. Like, start remembering yourself. Be like, okay, I remember I wanted to get this goal. Start working towards it. Start finding new hobbies. Oh, I've always said I wanted to go painting. Start doing that. I want to go golfing. I want to try table tennis. Whatever that is for you, just start doing it and make that conscious effort to start going back into your hobbies and start honestly acting like a single girl. Not when I say that, I don't mean like going around sleeping with men and talking to men. I just mean that all the things you were doing before, going on brunch with your girlfriend, going to late night movies, going to the like all those things, continue doing them. If you start, it brings back the spark and also the polarity in the relationship, because then he's like, hey babe, can I see you today? And on a normal day you're like, yes. But now you actually have plans. You actually have Pilates that you have to go to. You actually have table tennis class that you have to go to. That's fun. That's interesting. You can always come back and tell him how, the new thing you learned or what happened during that day. Time apart is really, really essential, because it creates that space. And in that space, you guys miss each other more. But if you're always around, he's always seeing you, he honestly will start taking you for granted. And this is also something you can do if you're married. Just go out. You don't have to tell him every time where you're going. Keep a little mystery, okay? Like, just like look all dolled up, all dressed up, and like, hi babe, I'm going out today, see you by 7, kiss on the cheeks and go. Like, keep a little mystery. That's always fun. Also, you can also like take yourself out on solo dates if it's not something you've been doing. Like, also date yourself. I love that. I remember I think I did a video on like how to increase your relationships. You should watch that if you haven't. But there I also talk about how it's important for you to date yourself too. Like, also know your hobbies, also know your passion, like projects, things that you can do that can light you up, fill up your cup, you know. To also like nurture yourself, because that helps the relationship feel fresh, new, and magnetic, because now you're showing up as, you know, a whole woman, a very complete woman, and he's just coming to add, you know. He doesn't need to actually complete you, he's just coming to add, you know. It's like the cherry on top, you know. You already have the flavor of the ice cream, he just comes to put the cherry on top. And that's how you should look at a relationship. And this also ties to like not being overly available. It's so easy to step into the habit of like always being at his house, cooking for him, planning his schedule, you know. But you have to remember that that will contribute in you losing your sense of self, because now you're looking at him, you know, for what you want to do. It's like, oh, okay, would he be available by 9 p.m. so I can, you don't know, like, do things without his approval. Like, still do you, still be you. And honestly, this will definitely bring back the chase, because now he's like, wait, she doesn't care about me. It's like, wait, is there someone else she's talking to? And of course that will make him slightly like overthink, and then he wants to try chasing you. Then he's like holding your hand and kissing you and booking dates, like, no babe, don't see you on Friday, you know. And probably this is him never have booked any date. Once he's noticed that these are things that you're doing for yourself, he's gonna start doing it for you. Honestly, he's gonna start doing it for you. And also, dolls, please do not forget to keep the mystery alive. Don't forget to be spontaneous, be flirty, be playful. I feel like when we're in a relationship and we're like comfortable for too long, we, you know, now like he's seen our real side, he's seen us in every form, so we kind of forget to bring back that flirty, playful side. And of course, if your femininity is really important to you and you're long on this channel, you know that that's being feminine. So if you're really in touch with your feminine, there's no way you're not going to be continuously like playful and flirtatious and flirty and everything. And this is really important, because this also brings back intention, presence. It's about your energy. I want to make a video actually on what a woman brings to the table, because we always have that question, what do women bring to the table? I think it's time, because you bring your energy, guys. You don't bring, it's not like you just being present, playful, you look beautiful, you know, you're soft, you're feminine, you're smiling. That is all you bring to the table for him. You know, him just being in your presence is a whole experience. Like, you don't know how it feels to a man to just have like that flirty, feminine woman. It's like they know that, oh my god, like I can't wait to come from work because I get to see my girlfriend today, or my wife, and I know she's gonna be all smiles, all happy, all soft, feminine, playful, flirty. You know, who wouldn't like that? Who wouldn't like that? You know that you're going home to, you know, someone that's gonna make you laugh and make you feel good. You know, who wouldn't want that? So ladies, remember to always keep your femininity and don't let that slide. And I just want to say that a relationship should add to your life. A reminder, it shouldn't become your entire life. It's like, imagine this a whole circle, you know, and then you divide it, and then you have, you know, different divisions, you know, like different parts. That's how it is. And relationship is just one part of your whole circle, which is your life. You have your career, you have your friends, you have yourself, you know, you have your mom, your dad, you have other things, your hobbies, your work, you know, like you have other things in that circle, in that life. But people make the whole circle, like the whole entire life, their entire identity, their relationship. And this is when things start to kind of decline, because now he's used to you, you know. So remember, a relationship is just part of that circle. It's just about part of that circle that you're, of course, intentionally feeding into. But remember the other parts as well. We tend to forget the other parts. Remember the other parts and feed into that as well. Love him, but love yourself more.